Already. Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah? No? Not yet. Hello. Can you hear me? No? Ah. I don't know if your computer has the ability to hear. And somebody else is here. JKL, whoever that is. Welcome, you guys. JKL, can you hear me, whoever you are? Hello? Is my mic not on? Let me try my audio. It should be working. Darn. That's working. Hello? It looks like it's working. You still can't hear me, huh? Shoot. Oh, hello. Hello? Well, hopefully somebody else will join in and I can hear them so I know it's working. Hello? No? You're not able to hear. Sorry, Colette.
Okay, I can
Oh,
hear
someone's talking.
This is JKL, Janet or Blue Water.
Oh, great. Okay, good, good. Hi, Janet. Hi, good.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. And Colette, gosh, I'm so sorry that your speaker, for whatever reason, isn't working. Let me type. But Janet, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I had my microphone down, but I fixed it.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me just type something here to Colette. Any questions for me, please type them to me and I will respond. Okay, so there we go. What did I hit? Why did I lose my sight of myself? Huh? There we go. And Shelly's here. Hey, welcome, Shelly.
Thanks.
Okay, so how are we all doing so far? It sounds like, I've got to pull up the website here. Take a look at this. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second here. Just sort of organized. Okay. Okay, here we go. Anybody have any questions to get started? Welcome on this Monday night. Anyone have any questions? No? Just hoping to maybe to get some motivation?
Have you seen our challenge?
I have. Explain how this is working. Are you all doing it? You're doing it as a group? How is this working? I'm not really.
We're just letting anybody do it who wants to do it. And there was, I think, 5 of us that started doing it last week, Tuesday.
And how's it going so far?
Well, our goal is to lose 100 pounds total with all of us.
Okay. Well, that means if you get 10 people to join, each of you need to do as an individual is lose 10 pounds.
Yeah, we didn't get that many though, so we have to lose double that.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I wish there were only like 5 people who were part of the program, right? Or
Well, there is. There's not very many participating in it, but our goal was to learn how to do the program and do the program for 1 week exactly the way that you said to do it.
And that's what it really comes down to. I mean, here's the thing. All of us here, all of you guys, we all really, really, really want the end result, right? I mean, that's why you're here. That's why you've, read the book. And I mean, this is something that you want enough that you have found yourself here. So my attitude is, if that is indeed the case, and this is something you really, really, really want, then just be willing to sacrifice a few weeks or a month or so of your time, put everything on the back burner, follow the diet exactly. I mean, to a T. I mean, why not? And let's just come out at the end right at our goal. I mean, a whole new life. Literally, you're transforming your lives. And you have the opportunity to do that very quickly and in a very healthy manner right here. So for me, I have a hard time sometimes understanding why we're all not just doing this and being perfect every single moment. But then again, I do understand. I mean, I understand how compelling food is and how good it is and how much we look forward to just another little bite of something. It's funny though, I saw a couple of people in the office today. I haven't seen them for maybe a couple of years, but they are they knew me from before, so they're used to me. And they started to fall off the wagon a little bit. They knew to come back and see me because it just helps to remotivate them about a life that is truly exceptional. It's unique and special and exceptional. It feels so good when they get to the finish line. So, I mean, for all of you guys here, I want you to get that same excitement going because the end is spectacular. It's amazing. So do whatever it takes. I mean, you don't have to come see me, but I want you certainly to come here and do whatever it takes to get the job done. Which means that why not do just 5 bites twice a day? I'm curious, has anybody here done the Snickers?
Yes, I've done that. That's one of the reasons I was gonna tell you that. And I'm sorry to be so rude and have a paper over my webcam thing.
Oh no, that's all good. I'm all good with that.
Took a shower, no makeup, my hair's
I'm
wet.
good with that. That's great.
Because I didn't see very good results that week, and I was suffering, and I did Snickers for the whole week and like for 5 days, and I didn't see that great weight loss.
Okay, so let me ask you.
I think that's why people don't follow it perfectly sometimes.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about a Snickers is an exact volume. If you're just eating a Snickers bar twice a day, over a 5-day period of time, you really I can't. Remind me how much do you weigh?
I started out at 163, then I got down to 153, and remember today you kind of scolded me because I gained 2 pounds because I went on vacation.
Even at a frame of 150, I mean, I can't even imagine it, but I guess you could conceivably be losing as little as 2 pounds in a 24-hour period from breathing. I'd really love for you to do a little experiment for me. I'd love for you to step on the scale before you climb into bed at night, and then first thing in the morning, wearing the same clothes, so there's been no transfer of matter to or from your body, step on the scale again before you urinate. First thing in the morning, get on that scale and weigh yourself. And this should be after, about 8 hours? I'd love to know what that number is. I mean,
I did that last night, and I gained a half a pound. I didn't lose. I've done that test.
No. Honestly, really? How?
I don't know. Maybe my scale's wonky or something.
No, maybe you're getting up, maybe in eating.
No. I'm not.
Sleeping.
I'm not like.
It does happen. I'm just letting you know it does happen, even though you might deny it.
No, I don't. But I don't sleep that well, so I'm not getting that much sleep. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
No, you cannot defy the law of science or law of physics. It's impossible.
Okay, the only thing I can think of is before I went to sleep, I took a sip of water. So, and maybe that had been after I weighed because I keep water by my bedside. So perhaps that was it. I don't know. But I don't lose weight. I've done this test about 3 times now.
It's not physically, it's not based on science and based on, the way things are. It's just not, it's not possible.
Okay, I'll do it again. I'll see. But no, I don't get up because I'd have to go downstairs to eat.
Okay, but
I don't eat at night anyway.
That, I mean, if people who sleepwalk, for example, and sleep eat will maybe even go outside and walk around outside and never recall it. So, I mean, it does happen. I'm just throwing it out there. Not that I'm saying that's happening with you at all, but I'm just.
I wish I slept that much, but I don't.
It's pretty extraordinary what can happen when we're sleeping. But I have seen people who do sleep eat, if you will. They will walk to the kitchen, they will eat, get back in bed. And the only reason why I knew it is because their partner told me about it. They absolutely deny it. So it's something that, you just have to be aware of.
Right. But my husband would know if I got up. He would know. Maybe
not. maybe not. I'm just saying. But one thing that cannot possibly lie is the scale. If it's at all a reasonable scale, maybe the first step is to buy a new scale. Buy a digital scale that's sensitive to at least half a pound. If you really want to be exact, get one that's sensitive to the 1/10 of a pound. And weigh yourself at night. And then here's the experiment. I mean, just be perfect. Weigh yourself right before you climb into bed at night, and then weigh yourself first thing when you get up in the morning over that 8-hour stretch of time. And you will know exactly how much weight your body loses in, say, an 8-hour period of time. And I think for most people, even when you're thin, I mean, I'm really thin. I'm 130 pounds, right? And I'll blow out about a little over a pound every 8 hours at my frame. I mean, my gosh, 130 pounds. So imagine when you're, say, twice my weight, you're going to be, in theory, blowing out twice that amount. I mean, maybe not quite that much, but I mean, it can be a significant amount more. So it's just something to think about. And it'd be sort of fun for everybody just to figure out what their baseline is. So I have them, weigh themselves, and then 8 hours, I mean, ideally 8 hours later, preferably while you're sleeping. We know that's there, but weigh yourself 8 hours later, and then you'll know how much you blow out every 8 hours. There's a very funny sound through I don't know, there's something wrong with the audio here, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm getting some strange sounds too, and echoes and
yeah, who knows. So anyway,
Shelley, have you tried that? Has anybody else tried this test?
It looks like I just have the two of you on here right now, right? Just
okay.
Shelley and Janet. Am I right on that?
Right.
And it looks like Colette left, unfortunately. Too bad.
I think I have a big problem.
Okay.
I can't drink just water during the day. And
wait,
I absolutely cannot do the coffee. I try.
I mean, technically you can, right? Because coffee does not kill you.
Oh.
Acid.
I can't even swallow it. It makes me gag.
I mean, but technically you could do it. If it came down to life and death. If you were in a prison camp, Vietnam during and they said, you either drink the coffee or you die, you're going to drink the coffee. So I'm saying you can do it. And then once again, it's all about putting things in perspective. How important is getting to your ideal weight to you? Is it worth going through the hoops that you have to go through to get the job done?
Why is the coffee so important, and you can't do something else like tea or diet soda or whatever?
Okay, so what I'm looking for in the coffee is the caffeine. I'm looking for the high dose of caffeine. It serves two purposes. Number one, you're getting a huge amount of caffeine in per amount of carbon. Of course, you're taking in carbon is what gives coffee its smell and its aroma, its color. But for all of that carbon that you're taking in, you're getting in a good dose of caffeine. And that caffeine in turn does two things. One, it bumps your metabolism a little bit. And number two, and most importantly, it suppresses your appetite. And that's what I really look for in that caffeine. I guess you could get it in pill form because they'll sell these over the counter like Dexatrim and things like that. That's okay with me if you want to do it that way. And the other reason why I like coffee is that it gives you an oral fixation. So much of our needing to eat is needing to do something with our mouths at least a couple times a day. So it gives you that ability to feel like you're eating, even though all you're doing is drinking or sipping. It takes your mind off, oh, I have to go eat. So I like it for those two reasons. Again, though, it's sort of like taking your medicine. If I'm asking you to do it because I've seen the results and I know that compared to people who don't do it, those who do drink the coffee or find a way to drink the coffee tend to lose more weight, then won't you do it for that reason alone? You know, once again, how badly do you want to get to the finish line? I mean, if it's not something you sort of joke around about or you sort of say, I want to be thin, very tongue-in-cheek, then you're right. Maybe coffee's not a big, I don't know, it's not going to work for you. But then again, if this is something you truly understand, you truly want, because you understand that the end result transforms your life just that much, then go for it. Then just do the coffee. Find a way to get it in.
Is it gonna people adding cream or whatever to it?
I want it black.
Oh. Okay.
Once again, I don't want to. By adding things to it, all you're doing is, first of all, you're diluting it with a lot of carbon. Number one. Number two, you're breaking your commitment to excellence. You're saying, I'm going to be perfect except for this one little thing. Well, then what about the time when you go out with your friends and have a nice dinner and you have your 5 bites except for this one little extra bite? Oh, it's just one little extra. It's not really going to matter. And then at lunch one time you have just one little bite of something because it's just one little bite. And it doesn't really matter. It does. And it does in that it's disrupting your commitment. And if we want to get to the finish line, then we have to be fully committed to that transformation. Okay. Once I start to give you too many concessions, too many little, concessions, additional amounts of carbon. Once I start to do that, then it becomes a steamrolling effect. And next thing you know is you're not losing any weight at all. Don't go down.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Today, I drank water, but I drank iced tea, lots of it. And I drank this tea with diet citrus, bottles of tea. Okay. So that could be slowing me down. Is that right?
Absolutely. First of all, most of those unless you brew the tea yourself to make it iced tea, if you brew it, I'm okay with that. But anything you buy in a can or a bottle is riddled with sugar and carbon.
Even though it says diet.
I could care less. Even diet drinks have more carbon in than they're technically legally have to put on their can. That's why it says 0 calories. But believe me, just from experience, people who drink a lot of diet soda do not lose weight as quickly who do not lose weight nearly as quickly as people who stick to water and coffee. Okay? And so, I mean, might it be
because in your book, it's like, I'm confused. In your book, I know it said Diet Cola.
You're right.
So that's
when I wrote my book, I first of all, if you want to have a diet soda every now and then, I'm totally good with that. It's just been my experience with people who drink a lot of diet. It's not as 0 calorie as it says it is. And that's just from my experience. So if you really, and we're talking about how can we maximize our effect and how can we ensure that we're getting that we're going to get to the finish line as quickly as possible, try and stay away from the diets. I'm not saying if every now and then you want to have a diet soda, fine, but try and stay away from it as much as possible. And let's just do the job. Okay.
Yeah, well, today I got out a Diet Pepsi, and I took about 5 drinks, and that was it.
Okay, great. But could you repeat that one more time?
I threw it away.
Wait. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that one more time? It's breaking up.
Today I drank like a Diet Pepsi. I opened one up. It had caffeine in it. and I took about 5 drinks, and then I put the rest away. It was just to satisfy my craving.
Perfect. I love that. Okay.
Okay.
I love that.
But I think
That's
what I am
fantastic.
doing wrong is I'm not drinking enough just water. That's what I'm doing wrong.
It's
I
not
think-
doing wrong. You're not doing wrong by not drinking. What's wrong with that? Drinking is not helping you lose weight.
Right.
Drinking is because our body needs fluid. But if you're not thirsty, frankly, if you're not thirsty, then don't drink.
Oh no, I'm thirsty all the time. That's my.
Then go ahead and have water.
Okay.
Okay.
See, and that's what I think I'm doing wrong. That's slowing me down because
For
I'm
sure.
not doing just water.
Then that will absolutely slow you down. In fact, we can put a lot more carbon in our body in liquid form than we ever could in solid form. I mean, insane amount.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, stuff can get really heavy. Liquid anything, even a Coke, a can of Coke, just regular Coke, for example, it weighs 12 ounces. That's
Right.
12 ounces. That's almost
Yeah.
a pound.
Pound.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, it's not all pure carbon, but we're
Mhm.
getting pretty darn close to that because you can really dilute carbon in water. So it's very significant. So please, I mean, if you really, really want to do this, then let's just, at least for a week, give me a really good solid week of avoiding liquid with carbon in it like the plague. That means no soup. Try
Right.
and stay away from diet sodas.
Uh-huh.
Water, coffee only, and let's just do it. Let's just
Okay.
do it for a week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I know I can do that. It's a psychological thing. You've been told there's 0 calories with all the other diets you've ever taken.
That's right.
It's like 0 calories. You can have as much of that as you want.
Right. But remember
So-
what a calorie is, right? A calorie is a unit of heat. It's a unit of energy.
Yeah.
It is not in any way actually measuring matter. Our
Mhm.
fat is matter. It's real matter. It's carbon.
Mhm.
It's an estimate, but at best it's an estimate. And sometimes it's way off in its estimating how much carbon is in something. So please just forget about calories. I don't want you to ever have to worry or estimate or measure a calorie again. I mean, here I am, right? I'm a big guy in the weight loss world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what most calories are in anything. I have no idea. It just doesn't matter. I do happen to know how many calories are in a Snickers bar because I was sort of doing it for my research. I went and I looked it up. But frankly, I could care less about calories. They mean nothing.
Okay.
Okay? I just want you to keep in mind that it's carbon. And anything that is not pure water is riddled with carbon. So the one time when I give you carbon in liquid form is when it also contains a good dose of caffeine, because the caffeine in turn, for those reasons we mentioned earlier, is going to help you out.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I have a question.
For sure.
And I'm not picking out this one person, but Joy asked you a question, and she's under the impression that you only want 4 hours between meals, and it has something to do with intermittent fasting. But the way I read your book, you just said at least 4 hours.
Right.
You didn't say. She thinks you've got to keep your meals 4 hours apart.
No.
Right?
If you get an opportunity,
at least 4 hours.
If I get a chance, I'll reinforce that with her. But no, it's at least 4 hours, because what I'm trying to do there is get the stomach a chance to fully empty so that your hunger stat sets. I don't want you to stretch out the walls of your stomach to a certain point, empty it halfway, and then stretch it out again, because now, the end stretch will be greater than the first stretch. Do you understand?
Right.
So what we do is we allow the stomach to fully empty between meals, and at least 4 hours gives you that ability. So if you get a chance to talk to her, or if I do, we'll clarify that. I did not know that was what she thought.
Well, let me ask you this. Having said that, would it be to our advantage to keep it within a small window, like eat at 2 and eat at 6, so you kind of are doing some intermittent fasting, or does that matter?
No, I don't think it doesn't matter at all. I just want
you can eat your 2 meals at any time except for afternoon.
That's
right?
it.
At any time.
Just make them so they're comfortable. I'd actually rather they were probably a little bit further apart. Maybe noon and 6 or 7 or something.
Yeah, that's what I do. Noon and 6.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
It had to be noon or later.
Yeah, 1. I don't care. Whatever time you normally have lunch.
Oh,
because you said no breakfast, so I'm just assuming noon is the next.
Yeah, that's right.
Something
About
like
noon or one. Here's the thing: if you are get really busy one day at work, or whatever, or for whatever reason you skip your lunch, rather than have 5 bites at say 3 in the afternoon, just skip it. If you skip it, you skip it. Skip it completely, and then just have your next 5 bites at dinner. But I don't want you to start making up for your meals by having them apart from your designated meal times. So if you don't eat at the 12 o'clock designated time, and if you don't eat at the 6 o'clock designated time, then you don't eat, period. And
What about 11 though? I mean,
whatever
earlier.
the time is, 11's fine.
Okay.
But then if you, for whatever reason, skip that 11 o'clock eating time, I don't want you to make up for it by eating at 2. Because
No.
you set your body up to wanting something at 2 every day, and I don't want to do that. I just want to set it, I just want to feed your body at its designated eating times, which will hopefully be around lunch and then again around dinner, whatever those times are. Nothing.
Yeah, I usually do like 11 in the morning and then 5.
That's fine.
5.
And then just never more than 5 bites.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
And what I'm and the whole Snickers thing, what I'm trying to do is set your hunger stat precisely. Precisely. Perfect. Then we can start moving into regular food. But once it's set perfectly and you really understand how comfortable and full you are on just 5 bites, then I say, okay, now you can start experimenting with regular food. And as long as you keep that volume, that hunger stat stretching to the same point, that the amount turned to the same volume, we're good. You're always going to be just as full, just as happy with that amount of food. And you realize, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you see this whole new world where you see all these opportunities of trying things you never even imagined before, and how much you're going to enjoy each and individual bite, how exciting and explosive the flavors are. But that's all.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable this week. I feel like I'm not hungry at all. And if
like
my stomach's growling,
oh,
but
that's
after
fine.
2 seconds it quits. I mean,
That's fine. We're good with that. By the way, stomach growling has nothing to do with hunger. Your stomach is moving all the time, so it'll growl right and left. You'll find a lot of the time that your stomach will growl and make really loud noises, but you're not hungry. It doesn't mean so often we've associated growling with hunger, but not at all, not necessarily. I'm not saying, yes, you could be hungry, but the thinner you get, the more you're going to hear the growling, largely in part because you're losing the insulation that's keeping the noises inside your stomach.
Oh.
Okay. And as we start to lose some of that insulation, the fat layer between the stomach and the skin, as you start to lose that insulation layer, the noises become louder.
Oh.
Rejoice in that. Get excited about that. It's actually a great thing. It's kind of an exciting thing. And so,
because my husband said last night, "What is that noise?"
Good. We're doing good.
Stomach.
That's good. No, that's all good. I want it to get really loud. That's a really good sign.
Okay. Okay. Good.
No, it's all good. Yeah. That's good. So man. So hopefully that'll help you out. And so for you, I think I would try and get that new scale maybe and be more exact in what you're doing. Stay away.
Do you have a suggestion?
From carbonated drinks. What's that?
Do you have a suggestion of a precise scale that's good?
I don't. I happen to like ours, but I don't even know what it is. It says thin on it. Thin something. I don't know who makes it. That's just a trade brand name.
Yeah, mine only goes in half pounds, I believe. So it's not that precise.
I like it though. I think it's very, very sensitive to the half pound. Hey, that's good with me.
Okay.
That's good with me. I'm not even so sure that beyond that is really relevant because we deal with so much water fluctuations. It would be relevant overnight when there's absolutely no substance, no molecules entering or leaving your body except for the carbon that you're blowing out of your mouth. But apart from that, but during the daytime, I don't know.
Let me ask you something. You were
is any better?
I did the Snickers for almost the entire week.
Okay.
And my hunger did not go away, and I wasn't cheating. I was doing it by the books, and it didn't go away after 3 days.
So let me ask you this: how much weight did you lose during that week?
I didn't lose very much that week. I lost the most the first week. I lost.
Well, okay. So
how
much?
4 pounds, I believe.
How much? 4?
4.
So what that tells me is, as much as you think you were perfect, absolutely to a T, no exceptions, you just simply weren't. It's impossible. And it's that extra little bit, or those few extra little nibbles here or there, that's what makes you hungry. Not the fact that you're eating such a small amount, it's the fact that you're varying the amount of food that's entering your stomach and it's coming in at odd times. And that's what's making you hungry. So when
Judy, could it be what you're drinking? Are you drinking something other than like coffee and water? Like
me? Water and black coffee. I'm real good with water. That's just about all I drink.
So stick with that. It's more your food. It's more the bites of something else that's coming in. But here's the other thing. Like you might have like a carrot sitting out and taking a bite of a carrot. I want you to understand that carrot counts. Even though it's very low in calories and even though it's so good for you and whatever, it's because, it's all natural. It's just carbon, right?
I didn't eat anything, though, except Snickers 2 times a day.
Then you can't do that and only lose 4 pounds. That's just simply impossible.
Can it take a while for it to show up, though?
No, can't. Not that much. No.
So it seems like 3 days later is when I see a big drop. I don't see it the first 2 days at all.
You have to. Your breathing is constant. It's steady. So it's not like you save all your breath on the third day, all of a sudden you start breathing a lot. No, we're breathing constantly. So we're losing weight constantly. It's very steady. It's very constant. And once again, I would love for everybody to do this stepping on the scale experiment. What I do in my office, for some people, I have a little weight or scale diary that I have them fill out. And I have them weigh themselves 5 times a day. I have them step on the scale right before they climb into bed at night, after they've urinated. They're just ready to climb into bed, so they weigh themselves. Then they weigh themselves first thing when they get up in the morning before they urinate. Then I have them get dressed, take a shower, get dressed, go to the bathroom, and weigh themselves again. Then I have them weigh themselves right after lunch, and then I have them weigh themselves right after dinner. And I have them bring in a diary of those 5 weights, okay, over a 2-week period of time. And we sit down there and we go over the numbers. And they're very, very revealing. They explain so much about our habits, those 5 numbers. So why don't you all do it? If you make a little, spreadsheet chart, have the days on the left-hand side with those 5 time slots across the top, and then just fill out the chart with your number of the number on your scale in each of those time slots. Fill out as many of those time slots as you can. I mean, it's difficult sometimes when you're working, for example, to get the weight after lunch, but most of the others I think you can get. And then let's just do. I think it's very revealing. It really teaches you and me a lot about exactly what's going on.
I'm gonna try that. Yeah.
Could you say those times again before you go to bed, when you wake up?
Before you go to bed, I mean, right before you climb into bed.
Okay.
Right first thing when you wake up.
Okay.
Go ahead then, once you've woken up, obviously, go to the bathroom, get dressed, do whatever you're going to do, and then weigh yourself again.
Okay.
Then weigh yourself after lunch. Then weigh yourself after dinner.
5 times.
Okay.
Those are your 5 times.
But why do you weigh yourself with clothes on in the morning?
Again, it's just, there's a couple reasons. One, you see how much the clothes weigh minus how much is in the contents of your bowels and bladder. But more importantly, we see exactly how much the food weighed for lunch. That, and same thing for dinner. I just think these numbers are really, really important. We'll discuss them more later, but follow this diary for me.
Okay.
Okay?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be good. As you all can see, I think you all have the same message on your screen as I have on mine, right?
Yes.
We're going to be nixed here pretty quickly. But it sounds like things are going okay, huh?
Yeah, it's just that little tweaking that I need to get down.
That's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. All of this is a learning experience. And the other thing is this, I find across the board that once people really are on track and they get thin, they've lost a huge amount of weight, they look back and say, you know what? I just learned so much. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I learned so much. I can't even put into words what I've learned. I'm just a
Oh, I
different
have
person.
already.
I'm just
Yeah.
different. I think about food differently. Everything's different, and I just love it. I mean, it's just all new, but it's all great. So that's what I think. What we'll find as time goes on.
Okay. Yeah. I
All
leave
right.
to go to New Orleans this week for a convention, and there's free food
Those are
all
my old
day.
stomping grounds. That's right. That's where I went to med school. There was in New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah. So you can have studied hard, played hard, and studied hard. One of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. So, but
Hi,
good
Joy. I
food.
see you're on.
Yeah.
Joy is on now.
Here's the thing. The food in New Orleans is phenomenal, but here again, I mean, I don't care where you are. Just stick to your bites. Then again, you get 10 opportunities to try something new every day.
Yeah.
10 opportunities to try new food.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you there's no point in your past, in your history ever, when you can remember eating 10 different flavors of food on a given day.
Yeah.
And yet you have the opportunity to do that in New Orleans. But please stop at 10. Because I guarantee you, you're not going to remember an 11th flavor. Okay?
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm gonna call it before this machine makes me off, because then it just stops short and it looks bad. So anyway, any last quick questions?
No, but thank you so much.
Thanks, you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Have a good one. Great. Okay,
Thanks.
you bet. Okay, bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.